Have you ever wondered how strategic international agreements can propel trade and economic growth on a global scale? These accords, crucial for global prosperity, foster cooperation and stimulate innovation among nations. Strategic locations like ports play a pivotal role. Situated at crossroads of trade routes, they act not just as trade hubs, but as gateways connecting diverse economies. Here, it's not just geographical positioning but also visionary planning and understanding of the geopolitical landscape that transform potential into success. Such dynamics are evident in the recent contract for the Chabahar port, a landmark in international collaboration. This agreement exemplifies how carefully crafted partnerships and strategic positioning can enhance trade capabilities, benefiting all involved nations and contributing to global economic growth. One such monumental agreement that showcases the power of strategic international collaboration is the recent contract for the Chabahar port. Let's dive into the heart of the matter, the Chabahar port agreement. This noteworthy pact involves three key players: India, Iran, and Afghanistan. The agreement signed between Indian Ports Global Limited, or IPGL, and the Port and Maritime Organization of Iran effectively puts the operation of the Shahid Beheshti terminal at Chabahar port in the hands of India for the next 10 years. What makes this arrangement particularly significant is its departure from the previous norm. Before this, contracts were signed for a single year at a time. This shift to a 10-year term not only offers a sense of stability for shippers but also fosters a more conducive environment for trade and marine cooperation among the three nations. India's association with the Chabahar port isn't a recent development, though. The country's commitment to this port dates back to 2003. For over 2 decades, India has been steadfast in its resolve to develop the port, envisioning it as a gateway for Indian goods to reach markets in Afghanistan and Central Asia. This recent agreement, therefore, is seen as a significant step forward in enhancing regional connectivity and facilitating trade. It's not just about operating the port. India has plans to boost the port's cargo handling capacity in the future. The agreement also sets the stage for more investments in port infrastructure and equipment, thereby opening up new avenues for trade and economic development. But why is this port so significant? That leads us to the strategic importance of Chabahar port. The Chabahar port isn't just any port, it's a strategic powerhouse. Here's why. Situated in the southeastern corner of Iran on the azure waters of the Arabian Sea, this port is more than a simple docking station for ships. It's a nexus of commerce, a hub of activity, and now, thanks to a recent agreement, a 10-year commitment between India and Iran. This location is key. Its position, away from the usual congestion of the Persian Gulf, provides an alternative route for cargo traffic. This isn't just about convenience or avoiding a traffic jam on the high seas, it's about creating new pathways for trade, for connections, for diplomacy. By securing this agreement, India has strategically strengthened its position in the region. It's almost like a game of chess, with the port serving as a knight, offering surprising moves and potential that can change the game. And the game, in this case, is the complex world of international trade and geopolitics. But it's not just about the here and now. This port holds potential for the future, too. With the stability of a 10-year agreement, there's room for growth, for investment. We're talking about increased investments in port infrastructure and equipment. We're talking about enhancing trade opportunities and economic development that could ripple out for years to come. This isn't just a win for India and Iran. It's a boon for Afghanistan, which gains a vital gateway for its goods to reach markets in India and beyond. It's a win for the region, fostering marine cooperation and boosting regional connectivity. And ultimately, it's a win for international trade, by opening up new routes, by strengthening connections between countries, by boosting economies. This agreement makes the world a bit more interconnected. This agreement doesn't just benefit the involved countries, it's a boon for international trade. So, what does the Chabahar port agreement truly signify for international trade? Let's take a moment to recap. After years of negotiations, India and Iran have sealed a historic agreement. This agreement allows Indian Ports Global Limited to operate the Shahid Beheshti terminal at the Chabahar port for a whole decade, replacing the previous 1-year contracts. This deal isn't just about operating a port, it's about creating a stable channel for shippers, boosting trade and marine cooperation between India, Iran, and Afghanistan. The port's strategic location offers an alternative route for cargo traffic, strengthening India's position in the region. But the implications go beyond these countries. The agreement opens doors for increased investments in port infrastructure and equipment, enhancing trade opportunities and economic development. It's a testament to the power of strategic international agreements in a globalized world. The Chabahar Port Agreement is setting the stage for a future of increased trade collaboration and economic growth. In a globalized world, strategic international agreements like the Chabahar Port Agreement are game changers. Thank you for joining us in this deep dive into the Chabahar Port Agreement and its wide-reaching implications. Your interest and engagement are what drive us to uncover and discuss these pivotal developments in international trade and relations. If you found this video informative and want to keep up with similar content, don't forget to hit the subscribe button below. Also, if you have any thoughts or questions about today's topic, we'd love to hear from you in the comments section. Engage with us. Let's keep the conversation going. Share this video with peers who are keen on understanding the dynamics of international agreements and their impacts. Remember, staying informed is key to understanding our global economy and its opportunities. Until next time, stay informed and engaged.